Hello, and welcome to Skadi and Skadi's story. We are actually going to start this video today by getting her to her second E2 rank.
そんなに求められると結構困るのよ。でも、もしその覚悟があるのなら、私と一緒にあの果てしない闇と向き合う準備をしなさい。
Alright, so Skadi is a phenomenal character. And what she just stated, if you're just here to listen and not to visual listen, your thirst for power really does trouble me. But if you do indeed have the strength of will, then prepare yourself well, and we will stand together against the infinite darkness. I love the voice actor, it's so good. So, this is Skadi. This is Skadi's ability. And I am happy to finally have her at her second rank. So, this is Skadi's story. And her character voice actor is Rina Sato. The artist is Alchemaniac. And I gotta admit, the artistry for Skadi is really good. Skadi is a female with 13 years of combat experience. Her place of birth is in Jaeger. Her date of birth is on March 7th. We don't know what race she is. We don't know her ethnicity. She's 166 centimeters. 166 centimeters is 5.44 feet. So she's about almost 5.5 feet tall. Pretty decent for a girl. Her physical strength is blacked out. So whoever did the exam does not want anyone to know how strong she is. And that is why she gets the title Boss Killer, because she is a beast. She has standard mobility, excellent physical resilience, standard tactical acumen, excellent combat experience, and her Organum arts assimilation is flawed. It's the first time that we've seen a flawed character, so we'll have to delve a little deeper into that. Skadi is a bounty hunter, currently employed by Rhode Island. She has shown impressive combat powers in the past, defeating large creatures, eliminating difficult targets, fighting crucial battles, and winning entire wars, all on her own. She is experienced in combat, but her history prior to becoming a bounty hunter is unclear. She is now an operator for Rhode Island Assault Team and also executes solo missions. Imaging tests on this operator shows clear outlines of internal organs with no abnormal dark spots or shadows, no unusual traces of organum particles present in the circulatory system, no signs of infection, confirming this operator is uninfected, just like Granny was. She has no oropathy. Her organum crystal density in her blood is 0.013 units per liter. And the doctor that did this blood test, I love this quote, "What? This is impossibly low. It would be impossible to have that little exposure to organum. I cannot permit her to ever leave the medical department, even if she wants to go fight. I insist she stays back. She is a special case. Anyone who loves medical science would want to see her. We must give her more exams and do clinical analysis. Also, come on, Dr. Kelstead. Just this once, please." J.A., medical operator. Dr. Kelstead simply replies, "Request denied." In her archives, Skadi is not very popular with denizens of Rhode Island. She has avoided making friends, is hesitant to speak, and consistently declined invitations from other operators to socialize, preventing anyone from getting to know her. In addition, she rarely cooperates in combat. She will more often try to execute operations single-handedly and leave her teammates to clean up her mess, which has fostered resentment. Playing off her cold, sarcastic demeanor toward others and her relentlessness in battle, a rumor has emerged that she is part demon. Although Amaya quelled the rumor, it didn't stop there. Instead, it evolved into something even more extreme. A later version abandoned anything derogatory and focused on stories of her immense power. In minds of operators who don't know her, she comes off as a walking catastrophe. Woo! It is important to note that Skadi's combat tactics are unique and very dangerous. The engineering staff have tried to reverse engineer her sword, but all effects have failed. The materials used to forge the sword are ordinary, but the craftsmanship is impossible to explain. Some operators from remote areas have seen similar weapons, but not aware of the source. Holding this giant sword would be difficult for most people, but not for unstoppable Skadi. Unlike most operators who wear heavy armor to protect themselves, Skadi relies on only her sword and her strength. The damage she inflicts is even more impressive than her imposing appearance. After returning from a mission with Skadi, other operators often exaggerate her physical prowess in their reports, to the point where she sounds like a legendary monster. Although Skadi has little interest in debriefing, she humors the higher-ups anyway, typically complaining about how her teammates got in her way, or that the rules of engagement are too constricting. She just wants to go ham. Skadi excels at fighting large masses of enemies, but also tends to cause excessive property damage. This includes wrecked buildings, mangled fences, and once collapsing an entire fort. Skadi is very similar to another operator, Spectre. Much like Spectre, Skadi is not good with oregano, but for Skadi, taking down a target as quickly as possible is the most effective tactic. All this taken together, Skadi is quite unstable. Although she is well behaved, has followed orders, and completed her missions, she operates like an out-of-control freight train in combat that should be restrained. Still, Rhode Island may need a force of nature like Skadi for certain missions. Skadi wields a giant sword that splits armor, cleaves enemies in two, and busts through barriers. Her face is distorted and intimidating as she rampages through the battlefield in a bloody dance. It is as though she is fighting more than just the enemy in front of her. Reports like this are rejected, as such poetic embellishment is not appropriate for an official report. But it can't be denied that many operators find Skadi's battlefield demeanor hard to comprehend. They are also perplexed by her propensity to abandon the squad and complete missions by herself. Some operators suggest talking to her and helping her fit into the company, but they are just the minority. Most people don't know the only reason Skadi refuses to cooperate with others is that she doesn't want to put anyone else in danger. Skadi claims everyone who has ever been close to her has met an untimely end, and as such, she has avoided socializing altogether. Despite our misgivings, Rhode Island respects her social choices as long as she does not violate any of our rules. Regardless of where it stems from, her birth, her behavior, her body, or her experiences, the mystery of Skadi remains. Occasionally, others have seen her sitting on an edge of a deck, softly singing to herself. Those who heard the song reported that although they couldn't hear the lyrics, the tune was long, low, and imbued them with a sense of tremendous sorrow. I spoke with Skadi at length. She didn't seem to believe me and was a bit uncooperative, but fortunately, I had anticipated her needs, and I think Rhode Island would be a good for her. I explained why we were speaking. She reluctantly agreed and promised to divulge certain information in exchange for Rhode Island's intelligence gathering assistance. Her preference for isolation stems from a desire to protect others. She has no malicious intent. However, she is hesitant to trust a capable, powerful organization like Rhode Island. This is because she believes she has to resolve her own issues. In our long conversation, I promised to her on behalf of the doctor. And if the doctor doesn't like this, well, it's for the greater good. That if an unknown peril hits Rhode Island that we could not resist, we would give her up. I came to two conclusions. I came to two conclusions. There is a secret organization to which Skadi has close ties. Not only is this organization hostile, it is violent. The organization goes far beyond just Skadi herself. From her description, I think they experimented on Skadi, or they could be trying to entice her little by little. Another possibility is that they can't control her right now, and don't want to deal with her until they've crushed her spirit. Skadi also hoped she could find something that would prevent future tragedy. Does that sound antisocial? Wandering alone is a heavy burden to bear. She became a wanderer because she was trying to escape, and also showing some rebellion. I think the doctor should be in charge of Skadi. Isn't taking care of an operator's needs necessary to build trust? Oh, Kelstead will disagree with me. If she finds out I'm the one who said all this, she'll probably hang me from the bridge for everyone to see. Written by an unknown operator. From her promotional records, it is stated, "Everyone here? It's clear why the medical staff has assembled for this closed-door meeting. Yes, of course. You're all interested in Skadi, aren't you? Whether you're interested in her endocrine system, her skeletal system, her muscles, her nerves, or the fact that her blood organism crystal density is almost zero? What kind of environment could foster that? What race is she? Her movement and physical functions are currently beyond our understanding. So how do they work?" Right. Skadi has been kept a secret for far too long. On behalf of Rhode Island, all infected people, and on behalf of science itself, we need to find answers. My plan is to put sedatives in her food. We'll work out the specific dosage, but enough for 200 people should do, right? Then, when Skadi gets woozy, she will be taken to the nearest infirmary, and we've got her. Dissecting her would be a bit too much, but we only need a little more information to add what Dr. Kelstead already has. That's it. Even if it's just a blood sample, a little bit of blood is no problem. Maybe a pinch of muscle tissue too. I think that won't be an issue either. Everyone, don't you think... Oh, Dr. Kelstead. How long have you been there? Dr. Kelstead discovered Warfarin's plan during her secret meeting and fined her 1 month's salary. Warfarin! What the bloody fudge, man? I'm so glad I E2'd her because this was actually blacked out from the E2. So, all we know about Skadi is that she has practically zero organism. She's got a ordinary sword that's basically a broadsword, twice her size, that she handles and can take care of enemies like nobody else. This video was supposed to go out on Friday, and I do apologize for the delay. I got a little busy with work, life, and everything like that, so I do apologize for the delay. Mondays and Fridays are still my goal to get a video out. And hopefully, I know this is short, I don't really have a lot of time to make a really good quality video, but I do hope that you enjoy the videos, that you enjoy reading these operators or just simply listening to them while you play your own Arknights. Because isn't that why we're all here? To enjoy the story, to enjoy the operators, the art, the characters, the gotcha. The gotcha. It's a fun game. Thanks for checking us out, though. And with that, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, and goodbye.